The idea is not to be lost in this death. Death is only a comma. It's a sentence. The sentence is going on. It's like a storybook you're writing. So give the child the idea about life and death. Not in those morbid terms. You have to give him in very good terms.
Hi, Shri Krishna Guruji. Hello, Guruji.
Yes, Krishna.
Okay, so we have more questions today.
Yes.
So the first question is a big question. Is God a person?
God is definitely a person. He can be anything. See, when we say the term God, we cannot restrict him or her or it, whatever. You understand? There is no gender involved, there is no person involved, and there is no identification that God can be this or can be that. He can be anything. So if God has got a free will of his own, so if he wants to be a person, he can definitely be a person. Again, God may not have a name, because if we want to call something which we don't know, we normally give a name to that. It is not the other way around. See, when a child is born, we give the name to the child. The child cannot say, my name is so and so, right?
Yes.
So, in a similar manner, if I am a person from India, I may call him by some name. Likewise, a person from some other country may call him by some other name. Some other religion may call him by some other name. It is dependent on that individual and that person and the place and the thing. So, definitely God can take a shape, can take a form.
Yes. Okay. So Guruji, another question is, who is Sri Krishna?
Well, in India or especially in Hinduism, we call God as Sri Krishna. It's a name. So there are certain sect of people who identify God as Sri Krishna. Some identify him as Sri Ram. Some identify him as Shiva. Some identify him as Vishnu. He can take any form, any shape, anything. It is the way in which we identify the God. So it happens like in the previous answer which I gave you, when I don't know something and that individual person, place or thing is not able to give its name on its own, I have to provide the name. Think about the United States of America. It was a land, just a land when people set out from England and European countries to search for some place called India, some place called India. And they landed up in a place which they thought is India. And later on, that land had to be named. So there was a person who went there and established the credentials of that country. His name was Amerigo Vespucci. So we call that land as America. So it is named after that individual, because something which we don't know, we normally name it like the child. We name the child. The child doesn't say, my name is so and so. He doesn't say that. So in a similar manner, Sri Krishna is a name given by the believers of Sri Krishna. That is, those who are Krishna Bhakt. Bhakt means a devotee. He will call that God as Sri Krishna.
When people say Sri Krishna, they definitely have an image in mind or being in mind. So how does that compare with God?
See, as I said, God can take any shape, any form, anything. He is God at the end of the day. Think like that. So if he wants to fulfill somebody's wish, can he not take a form that that person wishes to see? Think like this. When there are sages and saints, in India we have a lot of sages and saints in the past. Mirabai wanted to see God, Krishna. So he came in the form of the one that we are normally praising. That is the Krishna with the flute. Now there was another saint in South India, in the middle of India. It's a place called Maharashtra. His name was Tukaram. When Tukaram wanted to see God, Krishna, Krishna came in the form of Vithoba or Vithala. Isn't that okay? So he is a person, a place or a thing. He changes himself to the way the devotee wants him to be. I hope you get that. Again, if we come down further, there is a place called Udupi. Now that Krishna over there is a small tiny image of Balakrishna. That's a younger image of that. Naturally, when we think on these terms, Sri Krishna can take the form whichever a devotee wishes to see in. And that is the reason why we have to believe in Sri Krishna in that manner. If I want him to look like a young person, he will appear like a young person. If I want him to appear with a flute, he will do that. Depends again on the individual's requirements and needs.
Yes, Guruji. Further along here, the next question is, why was all this created?
Okay. It's a very deep question. Why was it created? We have a number of concepts here. We believe that the whole world came into existence because God wanted it to come into existence. Think like that. And because there are some people in this world who believe that this is a dream world. The reason being, the way we dream, that means if you are sleeping and when you have a dream, and the next day when you wake up, when you open your eyes, the dream doesn't exist. So what happened to the people in the dream or the things in the dream? They disappeared. So they compare this kind of a thing of a dream world in some of these scriptures. And they believe God is dreaming this world. So there is nothing real in it. There are various philosophies out there. That means in some place they say the world was created because he wanted you to be in it and you should enjoy. That is why. So whichever philosophy you take it, there can be no one answer for this. But if you ask me what is my innermost answer,
Yes.
I think God made us because he wanted us to do certain jobs for him. Think like this. He has brought us in this world for some purpose. There is a purpose.
Yeah.
It's like if I want to buy a car, the car also has to be bought for a purpose, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
can I just leave the car in the garage? No, I want to use it for something. Similarly, he has made us as his vehicle for some purpose which he wants us to fulfill in this world. So when we come in this world, we are here to serve his purpose. That is the reason why he has made us.
So what is the genesis of the creation at all? Why was there anything at all? Why wasn't there just nothing?
See, the beginning always has to be like that. If I want to first go to a distant planet, let us say Mars, that means I have to start from scratch somewhere. Somewhere I need to begin. So maybe God's mind would have been that I want to do something. And that is what is written in the scriptures as well. God decided that he wanted to create this world, this entire place, people, places, things, and so on. And that is the reason why he also must have started from scratch. See, this world also came into existence from scratch. You know that. There are so many theories going around, like the Big Bang theory and all that. So many theories. We can go along with that as well. Somewhere it has to begin. And that is the reason why it began. And somewhere it has to end also. Please understand. The end is also somewhere down the line. So whatever that begins has to come to an end. As you know, even our life, we are born and someday we will die. So there is always going to be cycles of births happening continuously. And that is the reason why it happens one after the other. That means the first thing happens, comes to an end, then the second, then the third, so on and so forth. Like that.
Yes. So Guruji, when we say that it comes to an end, that the end is just a temporary state, right? Because then it comes back around, and creation starts again. So is it never ending? Does it always go on?
See, it so happens that even if we take a recyclable thing in this world, now today we have so many things that are recycled. Think about gold. Okay. So if I take the gold out of the, let us say, the mines, I will make an ingot out of it, a small piece of gold. From that, somebody will make a chain, somebody will make a locket, somebody will make a rings. Different types of things will come out of it. Now, it so happens that you wear it for some time and then you sell it back again to the marketplace. Once it goes back to the marketplace, nobody is going to use that thing. So what they will do is they will melt it and they will again make it into something else. Think on those lines. You will find that recycling is a way of life. Whether it is plants, whether it is whole world is there, or for that matter, even the plastic that is available, which we don't want in our world, that is also recycled nowadays. So, in the similar manner, we also get recycled. Today, I have a body like this. Doesn't mean that my body is going to last. It is going to go away. And then again, I may have to be born. So, the idea about rebirth is there in Hinduism. That is, in Sanatana Dharma, we believe rebirth is there. But there is no idea that I'm going to be born as the same person, because whatever ingredients that went into this body for creating this body are now gone into the earth back again. I'm not going to recreate the same image. I'm not a clone. No, the next image that may happen may be of some other person, some other thing, some other creature. We don't know about that. And that is the reason why the recycling is a continuous process.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you. We have other questions about God. Is God a subject to be studied? Can we study him?
Yes, God is a subject to be studied. Now, think on these lines again. In ancient times, when there were, very simple human beings, now they had fear of different things. Stone Age people, they might have been hiding in the caves and so on and so forth. Now, as the world progressed little by little, little by little, there must have been a thinking man, somebody who started thinking. And this thinking person, we should call him a wise person because he is like a sagacious person, a sage. Now, he must have definitely thought out. It's like today, when we look up into the sky, definitely you know the story of Galileo and all these great scientists from the past. They had to look at something and come up with some answers. So these great sages from the past, that is the people who have wisdom, those who are very wise people, they thought about these different things. In that, they thought about who created this earth, how did this happen. The entire process of thinking came about. And when the process of thinking happened, you get into a very deep thought. A deep thought will lead you into meditative state. Meditative state is when you have really immersed yourself in that subject matter. See, when you meditate on some subject, you immerse yourself so much that you become one with the subject. So exactly like that must have happened. And when these great sages, they immersed in the subject, they definitely got inspired and they definitely got an answer that there is definitely someone greater than human beings and he must be responsible. I'm saying he, it does not really matter. This great person or whoever he is must be definitely over above all of us. And then, like we get thoughts, human beings get thoughts continuously.
Yes.
These great sages, they got thoughts, they got inspiration, and they were told about a few things. Who told them? We call that thing God. So that is the reason why you will find that lot of the scriptures which have come, the holy books as we call them, they came about because God must have definitely put thoughts in this person's mind. And that is when it came out in the form of a scripture, because it is supposed to be holy. And there is one very special thing about scriptures and holy books. Please understand, if I think of a story, now let us say I'm thinking of a story like, a witch or maybe a magical boy or something like that. That person doesn't exist. It is just my imagination. Got it? But whereas the scriptures are concerned, there is definitely proof in that, because this entity whom we say as God has then provided the proof in the later part as taking a form, giving us experiences. So, whatever is written in the scripture, we have experienced it. These great sages experienced this God. They were able to meet, they were able to see Him, and they were able to get inspired by writing further stories. So, if you go to one scripture, which is called the Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find that the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one person talking about God to another person. That is, the father speaks to his son. So the father is Brahmaji, as we call him, the creator, and he is speaking to his son, Narada. And this story in turn gets told to someone else, and then it gets told to someone else, and then later on it is written by a great sage, Vedvyas. Naturally, you will find that there is some genesis, some place it started, and some place it has gone. And there is definitely proof in that, because at every juncture, God was able to show His presence to that individual and is able to perform the actions. And that is why scriptures are holy.
So when you say that God had provided the thought for these sages and all, does that mean that God does he watch us? Is he aware of what we're doing?
Yes, yes, yes. See, when I said to you that God has sent us for some purpose, now let us say you are working for some organization. Don't you think the company or the organization wants some results from you?
Yes.
Definitely. So, in a similar manner, think God is the big organization, the biggest one in this universe or this creation, and He is always keeping a watch. And not necessarily that the super boss has to look at you only. There are downlines also. There are people also. There are going to be supervisors. There are going to be downlines. There are going to be people watching you. People doesn't mean people actually. What I mean are the demigods and whoever they might be. They're definitely keeping a track. What are you doing? How are you progressing? What are things? Are they moving or not? That is the idea.
So the demigods are watching us, yes. But does that necessarily mean that God himself watches us?
Definitely. They all report to somebody, isn't it? See,
Yes.
at the end of the day, one person reports to another, so on and so forth. Now, if there is a policeman on the beat, he is going to report to his boss in the police station. And the police station will send the report to the district headquarters. The district headquarters will send it to the state headquarters. And then the state will send it to the center. And the center, the super boss who is there, will then get the answer. It is not that he is going to look at it in a very, microscopic level. That is why we have been given the ability to have free will. It's our job to perform. See, end of the day, the boss is not sitting in front of the employee and saying, do this, do this, do this. He doesn't say those words. He gives them a job, says, do this by the end of the day. And that's it. You're supposed to perform, supposed to deliver results. How many people can do that? Some can, not everybody. And that is the reason why we all, sometimes human beings pay truant also, we don't perform at all, though we are supposed to perform. But
Yes.
many a times we lack in performance. So to become the best version of yourself, see, God is not saying that you cannot be that best version. He has made you in His same image as what He is thinking of. Now let us say when He created you, was he thinking that I am going to get only 50% performance from you? Or was he thinking that I will definitely want the best performance out of this? It's like when you buy, let us say, a vacuum cleaner, or you buy some geyser or something like that. If it is not performing, what will you do? You'll replace it, correct?
Yes.
Now, in the similar manner, he has sent you in this world for getting some work done. But if you are not going to perform, naturally you are going to get replaced very soon. The best thing is, why not give the best performance of your life? That is the idea.
Yes. So, Guruji, then what happens? I mean, beyond being replaced in the job that was given to them, what is the consequence to that individual if they don't fulfill their mission in life or their purpose in life?
Think again like a corporate structure. If somebody doesn't perform, what happens to that individual? Does he grow in his life? He doesn't grow in his life. Does he get demoted? Yeah, if you are not doing anything, what is the point of keeping this person? Maybe demote him. So, in a similar manner, if you were to give the highest performance, you will get promotion. You will rise higher in your life. Similarly, while studying, say I am studying something. If I do really well, I pass in good ranks, and I am a spectacular student, then my next job will be there for me. That means my next level will be there kept for me so that I can progress. So, in this world where God created these human beings, He is giving them some kind of a job to perform. Now, when they don't perform the job, they definitely get demoted. So, the next life of theirs could be much lesser. They could be born in a lesser womb. Or maybe when they perform, they can be born higher. Think like that, isn't it? It is like a promotion to them. The idea is to reach the ultimate destination. Ultimate destination is, I want to know everything. I'm the super boss. I'm the CEO, like that kind of a position. So in the spiritual world also, that particular position is called realization. I know everything, like that. That means I am the one who knows the truth. I am self-realized person. That is the ultimate goal everybody is supposed to look at. So that is the hierarchical stage, different levels. We cross over till we reach the ultimate. That is what we have to always aim for, the highest.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you. Well, I have some more questions, but these questions, Guruji, are kind of what an adult might be reflecting on. Like, will God fix the problems in my life? And will God help my family out?
Well, our thinking is always that there is this great entity which we call as God. He is looking over us. And if I have some problems, he is definitely going to solve them. So we always look up to our seniors, isn't it? When we are in some trouble, we are looking at our parents or grandparents, or in school, we are looking at teachers so that they can solve the problems. Now, when I'm looking at God and thinking that God should solve my problem, I have no idea who this God is. Think like that. And because I don't have any idea who this God is, my next step is, can I go and speak to him in the representation that I have? Maybe a temple, maybe a church, some kind of a place where I believe that there is a place where I can go and speak my mind out and say, please God, can you help me out in this? Or I can go to the place where there are images kept in my own, prayer room. I can go and pray to him and say, please, it is my humble prayers that you solve this problem for me. The idea is that he should come up with some solution. But think on these lines that God can only provide you with solutions if you are willing to accept them. Now, let us say the solution is somebody suffering from terminal disease. The solution which God may provide would be the death of that person. You may not accept it. You may say, I don't want this person to die. But if the body parts have literally gone to the dogs, what is a person supposed to be alive for? So naturally, it is a time to eliminate, and God has eliminated that person. He has taken a decision, he has taken a call. But you may not like it. So your liking and your disliking is a different subject altogether. Let us take another example where you are a very poor person and you are saying that I want to earn lots of money. Okay. Now, God is not going to give you $1 billion the next day in your plate, okay? He's not going to provide you. Even for that matter, let us say today your bank balance is zero. If God puts $100,000 in your bank account tomorrow, the IRS people are going to run after you.
Yes.
Where did you get this money from? Isn't it? So naturally, there has to be legitimate means of providing you with that income for which you have to work. Remember, we are here for some purpose. And if I am not serving the purpose, how do I get repaid? So I better serve the purpose. So when I serve the purpose, definitely the benevolent God that is there is going to provide me with these things. But
Yes.
human beings always want more than what they can handle. Okay. That is not going to be right. So God gives only the things which you can handle, not beyond that. And He is very benevolent, He is very kind, compassionate, and loving. He will only provide those things which you are able to look through and say, yes, I can solve this issue for myself. Think like maybe a 6-year-old, he cannot solve a problem that is connected to the 10th grader or something like that, correct?
Yes.
A 10th grader's problem is 10th grader's problem. So you will be provided with only those solutions which you are asking about. Only that. And those are very relevant and we have to learn to accept it.
Yes.
That is where we may fall down. We don't want to accept. So we have to learn to accept. Yes.
Yes, Guruji. Yes. So some people, when they're working through their life and they don't feel fulfilled in some ways, then their question is that all they were here for, is just to support this family or go to work every day, or wasn't there some greater purpose for their life?
Yes, everybody has a bigger desire. See, our desires are endless. Endless means there is absolutely no stopping anywhere. If I say that I want only, say, 100, I'm not going to stop at $100. I want 1,000. And beyond 1,000, then I want 10,000. Then I want 100,000. It goes on like that continuously. So even if whatever that you have, if you are dissatisfied and you have a tremendous amount of desires, you need to be able to get those desires fulfilled by yourself. So is your capacity like that? See, God has given everybody a capacity, okay, a level at which we can handle things. So if there is a young person and he can run faster and faster, so naturally he can become an Olympic champion. Now think on the lines of an Olympic champion. Can he go faster than that? Maybe, maybe not. So there is always the upper limit to what we can ask for. It's like when I want money. How much money do I want? Think, there is a time when God may come and stand in front of you and ask you, how much money do you want? You know, you are not ready with that answer. Nobody is ready with that answer. Can I think? Can I come back to you? God doesn't have time. You know, in the last episode, I told you, God is not going to be there for a longer duration of time simply because He's not there. You know, even for a few seconds or maybe 1 or 2 seconds, you may see Him. After that, disappears.
Yes.
He is not going to allow you to think. You have to be ready with the answer. And these answers should be on your fingertips like this. So how much money do you want? How much you can handle? What kind of a family are you looking for? See, think like this. Now there is a man and there is a woman, they get married and they want to have children. Okay. Now it may so happen that they may not get a child. They may not have a child. They are childless couple. Is God saying that you are not supposed to have children? Or is He saying that there are other opportunities also? Can you adopt a child? If that is the criteria, then why not do that? So these options are there. And one person, an individual needs to exercise the different options and take what he is able to handle. That is all he should do. I can't have 12 children at one time, no?
Right.
That I can't handle. One child is also very difficult to handle. So I should first aim to get that one child properly handled. And then the next if I wish to. So again, I have to look at the plate in which I am going to eat my food. I can't have 100 kilos of rice in it, okay? I can have only this much amount of rice in it. So depends on every individual, what they want. So, but desires are endless. We always want beyond our whatever that we dream of.
Yes, Guruji. So sometimes you'll hear people, even though that they may be living a very nice life, what one may think is a very nice life, they'll say that they don't feel complete in some way. What is this that they don't feel complete about? What is missing?
See, in this world, everybody searches for something which we call as happiness, joy, peace, love, understanding, caring. We are searching for these things and they are not going to come to you. Happiness is not in trying to search for happiness. Happiness is not somewhere out there. Happiness is within you. You have to explore, you have to go inwards and search for that inner meaning. We are outward people. That means human beings want to search for happiness in outwardly things. Let us say an object like a car is looking for a wife, is looking for children, is looking for more money. Anybody says that you can get happiness with that? You see, you are going to be temporarily happy. So if I want to eat a cake, I will be happy till the moment I'm eating the cake. After that, I'm not going to be happy at all. So we are searching for this elusive thing called happiness. Love. It's a very elusive thing. Love is there today, tomorrow it disappears. There is no love in this world. But to again search for love, that is a part of human nature. We love searching for it. Peace. I want peace in this world. Well, when there is war going on around you, how can you have peace? But the sages know it very well that you can find happiness, love, peace, or whatever that dreamy stuff that you're talking about is right within you. You may be sitting in literally a minefield surrounded by it, and yet you are the happiest person on earth. How are you happy? Now I don't have any desires. I don't want anything. A desireless person is not even searching for happiness. Can you imagine that? He is not even saying, I want to be happy. So making yourself desireless is extremely important. And that's something which everybody finds missing in their life. A married man finds it missing. An unmarried person finds it missing. An old person will say, I don't know what I am doing in this world. Why am I over here? I've been searching for something. What is that something? Something is happiness, something is love, something is peace, that is kindness, something that is very good in our life. I don't need it more than what I have. Maybe I will find God. Maybe. Maybe I'll find it in God. So it is an elusive thing which we are all searching for. At the end of the line, like I said earlier, we are searching for that realization, for liberation, for enlightenment, for getting the highest knowledge possible, and then never wanting to come back again on this earth.
Yes.
No birth. And that would be the ultimate thing that we are all searching for.
Yes, Guruji. Guruji, this is an interesting question. When we do things maybe not to the best of our abilities, or when we misbehave with other people, does God get angry at us?
Let us look at it. If you are a mother and you have a child who is unruly, doesn't listen to it, sometimes you will give him maybe a slap or maybe reprimand the child. And sometimes you may cajole him by giving him some kind of a gift or something like that. There is always the carrot and the stick method. We have grown up in the carrot and the stick method, always. So God is not such a villainous kind of a person that he is going to put you in an oven and roast you or something like that. No, it's a very benevolent being, full of love and full of goodness. Now, if I want to get somebody to do the work, now look at it from this point of view. If I have a downline, somebody who is below me, and that person is not performing. In school, what has maybe the monitor of the class, the prefect of the class, what does he do? If there is a child who is unruly, he will take him to his teacher or to the principal, correct?
Yes.
So there is always fear put in that person. Remember this. So the fear is, the principal is there, he is going to reprimand you or he is going to give you punishment. This is fear. And definitely there are lots of people in this world who wanted to create fear in the minds of others, those who are down there. If you don't do this, God is going to get very angry. He's like the principal of the school. He's going to give you detention, It is like that. So we have grown up in this kind of a fear factor always. Like we are always afraid of something. God is there. He is going to punish me if I don't do this properly. God is not at all interested in that. He wants you to perform. He wants you to do well in life. He wants you to be the best version of yourself. Why would he want to punish you? See, you have been given this life. You are going to live in this world for a few years. Why not make the best use of it? See, today, if you have a car which you are using for the last 5 years or 6 years, wouldn't you want to stretch it beyond and want to work on it and get that whole thing properly fixed and working? Life is like that. You may have reached 50. Doesn't mean that you give up. You can repair your life, you can make it well, and you can go ahead. Go ahead and make it the best version of yourself. And don't think in terms of reprimand or, thinking that I'm going to junk this car. No, nobody is going to junk you. God is not there for, saying, okay, now pull this person out of this. No, there's nothing like that. He has given you a life, maybe from 0 to 80, or whatever the age you could be. Can you perform within this bracket to the best version of yourself? The idea is human beings should always overperform and leave their name in this world. See, I have to leave my name in this world as a legacy for others to come behind me.
Yes.
See, there is a world which is going to come behind me, isn't it? Like today, when I am an old person, so there is a Generation Z person somewhere. Now, he has to get the best example. So I have to perform well. If I do well, naturally he'll look up to me. You see, all these youngsters, are they not looking up to people like, say, Elon Musk or some of these great scientists and all that? Now, somebody has won the Nobel Prize. They are thinking, I want to become like that. So they are looking up to that person, right? So my duty in life is to be the best version so that people will look at me as here is someone whom I can emulate, I can follow, I can become like this. And that is the general purpose of life, to be the best version and set an example to the world.
Yes, Guruji. So I have another question, Guruji.
You can ask.
As a child, losing a parent, what was told to the child was that God wanted your father with him. He's right there with God now. And I don't think that it really created the result that the adults saying it hoped for. So what is it that you would tell a child about death?
See, death is not an end to something. We think birth is the beginning and death is the end. This is how we have been taught right from beginning of our life. We think that we have just been born somewhere, we traverse to life, and then somewhere there is going to be the end where we are going to finish. Everything comes to an end. Not necessarily. Think like this. There is a plant which grows into a tree. It bears fruits, gives a seed. The seed falls down. Another plant comes up. It's a continuous cycle. Can I say that that tree ended its life? When you're going to see the sequoia tree, which has lived for 1,000 years, does it mean that that tree, once it gets destroyed, nothing is going to remain? Not at all. it is going to reproduce once again. In its own seed, in its own way, it is going to reproduce. Life keeps on happening continuously. So you are going to be reborn. The rebirth need not be in the original form. So you may be born today as Mr. X. Doesn't mean that you are going to come back as Mr. X. You can be a Y. You can be a Z. Anybody. Now, when that is a continuum, life one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. Don't you think in the previous answer I told you God has given you some job to do? There are continuous jobs to perform. Do you think we stopped when we landed on the moon? No. See, we went on the moon and we stopped over there, but it continued today. Today, you'll find that we have landed on the Mars. There is one rocket which is flying beyond Pluto and beyond that. So life is going to continue like this. So when you are talking to a child and telling him that no, this life has ended, doesn't mean anything. Give him the concept about regeneration, when you're going to be born again and again and again and again. The idea is not to be lost in this death.
Yes.
Death is only a comma. It's a sentence. The sentence is going on. It's like a storybook you're writing. So give the child the idea about life and death. Not in those morbid terms. You have to give him in very good terms. That means you have got this life so that you can be a very good person, a best version of yourself. You can be the greatest thing on planet Earth. Maybe you can be a very good chess player. Aren't there young chess players nowadays, the world champions? You can be a person who plays lawn tennis. You can be an athlete. You can be a footballer. You can be a cricketer. You can be a prime minister, a president of the country. You have a life ahead of you. Make a name of yourself and leave behind the name so that people will follow you. And then when you grow up, just like your parents grew up, you are also going to grow up in your life. Life doesn't stop. So you are 1 year old, now you're 2 year old, and then 3 year old and 4 year old. Like that, it goes on. Sometimes the person may lose their life. There are children who lose their life at birth itself. Doesn't matter. We cannot say when a person is going to die. So death can come to any person anytime. But the little time that you have, is it not important to make the best use of that time? See, you also have a window of time, somewhere. And within that window, you have to see that. You have to do that action. Think, today I want to see a movie. And the movie was running in a theater. Okay. And I had examinations. So I said that after my exams are over, I will go and watch the movie. Now, by the time I go and watch the movie has changed. Something else has come over there. So hasn't that gone away?
Yes.
So I have to make the opportunity, whatever is the time that I have been given, that is the best time to perform. I can't take my own sweet time in delivering things.
Yes.
In a similar manner, when there is an emergency, when a person has to be rushed to the hospital, I have to rush that person to the hospital. Everything has to happen in time. So life is like that. I have to perform. I have to do the best, make the best use of myself. And death is common. It's a very common thing with everybody, including the ants that are there. They're going to get crushed. Okay? You can cry for a day or two if your dog dies or something like that. Correct? But
Yeah.
after that, what are you going to do?
Right.
Life will go on. So life goes on. And tell me something. There are lots of mothers which die at the time of giving birth. Does it mean that the child will not grow? The child will grow. He'll
Yes.
become a big young man or a woman, whatever. And definitely things will continue. So there is a continuous thing going on. Death is only for that moment. It happens. We have to maybe cry for some time and then we have to get on with our life. So we just have to get on and not keep on ruing over something that has passed away.
Yes.
It's like the dog which we said, I had a dog and he passed away. What am I supposed to do now? I can't get him back, but I can have him in my memory. I can dream of him, and I can think about my own mother or father, whomsoever that I have lost, and try to fulfill their dreams in me. I want to be the best version. That is what I have to aim for.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for answering all those questions today.
You're welcome. Thank you.